When you are starting your journey as a beginner coach, the temptation to look at what the top names in the industry are doing is very real. You scroll through social media and see people selling online courses, running massive group coaching programs, or promoting elaborate memberships, and naturally, you start to think that is the model you should adopt as well. But the reality is those advanced models require a foundation, and for a beginner coach, the simplest, most effective, and most powerful place to start is with one-on-one coaching. There is a reason why this business model has stood the test of time across industries and niches. When you work with one person directly, you get the chance to deeply understand their struggles, their pain points, and their desires. You can listen intently, customize your approach, and test your frameworks in real time. That hands-on experience becomes the training ground for everything else you will build in the future. Without it, you run the risk of creating programs or products that look great, but don't actually solve the real problems your audience is facing. Starting simple also removes unnecessary pressure. If you think about designing a course, it takes weeks or even months of planning, creating slides, recording videos, editing content, and setting up tech systems. All of that comes with costs and requires an audience big enough to purchase it. But with one-on-one coaching, your business model is straightforward. You only need yourself, your expertise, and a willing client. This simplicity allows you to get started immediately and avoid wasting time on the things that don't actually generate income in the early stages. Instead of pouring your energy into building something complex, you get paid to practice and refine your coaching skills while helping real people create results. Another overlooked benefit is the learning curve. In the beginning, you don't yet know the patterns of your ideal clients. You don't know exactly what they struggle with most, what language resonates with them, or how long it truly takes to move them from point A to point B. When you are coaching one-on-one, you gain this knowledge firsthand. Every session reveals insights about what works and what doesn't. Every conversation sharpens your ability to communicate clearly and empathetically. These lessons become the foundation for your messaging, your offers, and eventually your scalable programs. Coaches who skip this step often end up frustrated because they build products in a vacuum without real-world feedback. Trust is also easier to build in a one-on-one relationship. Imagine being a client. You're looking for someone who understands you, listens to you, and cares about your transformation. When a coach gives you undivided attention, it creates a level of trust and safety that is hard to replicate in a group setting, especially for beginners who are still finding their voice. This trust not only helps clients get better results, but also leads to powerful testimonials and referrals, which are critical for a beginner coach trying to grow their reputation. A single happy client can open the doors to multiple opportunities, and those early stories of transformation often carry more weight than any marketing campaign you could launch financially. Starting with one-on-one coaching makes sense too. A beginner doesn't need to wait until they have a huge audience or complex systems. You can begin by signing one client at a higher ticket price, and that single client can sometimes equal what you might make selling dozens of low-priced products. This allows you to generate revenue more quickly, reinvest in your growth, and build confidence that your work has real monetary value. That sense of validation is priceless in the early stages when self-doubt often creeps in on a personal level. One coaching develops you as a coach in ways no other model can. It teaches you patience, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. It forces you to step up and take responsibility for someone's progress while still honoring their ownership of their journey. You grow alongside your clients, and that growth becomes the invisible fuel that carries your business forward. In truth, the best coaches in the world never stop doing at least some one-on-one work because of the depth it brings. But for beginners, it is not just valuable, it is essential. One of the most common mistakes beginner coaches make is starting their journey with low-ticket offers, thinking it will be easier to attract clients if the price is affordable. While that logic seems reasonable on the surface, the reality is quite different. Low-ticket offers require volume to make any meaningful income, and as a beginner, you likely don't have a large audience or enough visibility to sell in volume. This is why focusing on high-ticket offers from the beginning is one of the smartest moves you can make. A handful of high-paying clients can create stability, cover your expenses, and give you the space to focus on improving your coaching without the stress of needing to constantly find dozens of new clients every month. When you position your coaching as a high-ticket service, you are not just charging for your time, you are charging for the transformation you provide. Clients who pay higher amounts are usually more committed, more serious, and more invested in actually doing the work. This makes the coaching relationship more productive and allows you to see deeper results with your clients. On the other hand, people who pay very little often treat the service casually, sometimes skipping sessions or not following through with the assignments. That lack of commitment can reflect badly on you as a coach, even though it is not your fault. By offering a high-ticket program, you set the tone that your work is valuable and that you expect clients to show up fully. There is also a psychological shift that happens when you start charging higher fees. At first, many beginner coaches feel uncomfortable asking for more money, but the truth is that pricing yourself too low communicates inexperience and lack of confidence. When you boldly ask for what your service is worth, you step into a stronger sense of authority and ownership over your craft. Clients sense that confidence and are more likely to trust your guidance. High-ticket pricing is not just about making more money. It is also about positioning yourself as a professional who delivers real results. The energy you bring into sales conversations shifts when you believe in the value you provide, and that conviction becomes magnetic to the right clients. Financially, high-ticket coaching creates breathing room in your business. Imagine working with only 5 clients who each pay you $4,000. That is $5,000 in revenue without needing to build a big audience, create complicated funnels, or spend countless hours chasing prospects. Now compare that to needing 100 clients at $50 each to earn the same amount. The workload is drastically different. The time, energy, and marketing required to serve 100 people far outweighs the effort it takes to serve 5 committed clients. By starting with high ticket, you maximize your income while minimizing overwhelm, which is especially important in the beginning stages when you are still learning how to balance coaching, marketing, and administration. Another important factor to consider is the long-term impact of high-ticket offers. When you coach fewer clients more deeply, you are able to collect powerful testimonials and success stories. These stories become social proof that elevates your credibility and makes it easier to attract future clients at even higher rates. The results you help create at the high-ticket level give you the confidence to eventually scale into group programs, workshops, or online courses. Instead of guessing what to put into those programs, you already have firsthand experience of what works because you have walked clients through the process one at a deeper level. High ticket offers also allow you to deliver more value. Since you are not stretched thin trying to serve hundreds of clients, you can afford to give more attention, customize your sessions, and add extras like personalized feedback, resources, or additional support. This creates a premium experience that clients feel grateful for and often rave about to others. Word of mouth referrals from happy high-ticket clients are incredibly powerful, and they allow your business to grow organically without needing massive advertising budgets. The final benefit is personal growth. Charging and receiving higher fees forces you to raise your standards, improve your delivery, and constantly refine your coaching. It pushes you to step into the version of yourself who can confidently guide someone through transformation and know that your time and knowledge are worth a premium. This mindset is not only empowering, but also sets the stage for long-term success in the coaching industry where authority, confidence, and transformation are the real currencies. When you are new in the coaching space, it's very easy to get overwhelmed by the amount of information online about funnels, automation, and complex marketing systems. You see seasoned entrepreneurs with beautifully designed funnels, email sequences, webinars, and ads running around the clock, and it can make you feel like you have to build the same thing before you even sign your first client. The truth is, a beginner coach doesn't need all of that. What you need is a simple and effective marketing funnel that actually works for where you are right now. Complication is the enemy of action, and if you spend weeks or months trying to put together complicated systems, you'll delay your ability to actually get clients and build experience. A simple funnel keeps you moving forward, allows you to focus on real conversations, and removes unnecessary barriers between you and your next client. The simplest funnel for a beginner coach can be broken down into 3 steps. The first step is creating content that attracts your ideal audience. This doesn't mean you need to go viral or have a huge following. It simply means consistently sharing valuable insights, tips, and stories that resonate with the people you want to serve. It could be short posts on social media, videos on YouTube, or even articles on LinkedIn. The point is to show up regularly and provide value so that people begin to see you as a trusted voice. Once you start attracting attention, the second step is to offer free value that opens the door to deeper connection. This could be a discovery call, a free consultation, or even a simple resource that leads to a conversation. The key here is not to overthink it or create complex lead magnets. A straightforward invitation to talk about their challenges is enough to move people from passive followers to engaged prospects. The third step of this funnel is inviting them into your one-on-one coaching program. This is where many beginners hesitate because they fear being salesy. But sales and coaching is really just an extension of service. If someone has shared their challenges with you and you know you can help them, it's your responsibility to let them know about your program. A simple transition like, "I'd love to share how I can support you in a deeper way," is all it takes. There's no need for slick presentations or high-pressure tactics. Your authenticity and your ability to truly listen are what will make people want to work with you. This three-step funnel, create content, offer free value, invite into coaching, is more than enough to get your first clients as a beginner. And it keeps the focus on what really matters, building relationships and serving people. One of the biggest reasons this simple funnel works so well is that it matches your capacity as a beginner. You don't have a team, you don't have a massive budget, and you don't need endless automation. You have time, energy, and a desire to help people, and those are the resources this funnel maximizes. It also allows you to test and adjust quickly. If a certain type of content doesn't attract the right people, you can pivot immediately. If your discovery calls aren't converting, you can practice and refine your conversations. Because the funnel is simple, you don't get locked into a rigid system that's hard to change. Flexibility is an advantage in the beginning, and this approach gives you plenty of it. Another benefit of a simple funnel is the personal connection it creates. When someone sees your content, interacts with your free value, and then gets on a call with you, they've already built trust step by step. By the time you invite them into coaching, they feel like they know you and understand your style. This makes the decision to work with you feel natural instead of forced. In contrast, complicated funnels often create distance. People are shuffled through automated emails and videos without ever having a genuine conversation, and that lack of personal touch makes it harder for beginners to convert leads into paying clients. As a new coach, your greatest asset is your ability to connect personally, and a simple funnel ensures you use that advantage. It's also important to recognize that simple does not mean ineffective. In fact, some of the most successful coaches in the world continue to use variations of this funnel, even at advanced levels of business, because it works. Content builds visibility, free value builds trust, and a clear invitation builds clients. The difference as you grow is that you may add automation or expand your reach, but the core process remains the same. Starting with simplicity ensures that you master the basics before layering on complexity. Without this mastery, no amount of tech or advertising will save you finally. A simple funnel gives you clarity. When you know exactly what steps to take, create content, connect, invite, you don't waste energy wondering what to do next. You avoid shiny object syndrome and stay focused on the actions that actually produce results. This clarity builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Instead of being paralyzed by too many options, you move forward consistently, and consistency is what creates clients and long-term success in the coaching business. When you are just beginning your coaching journey, one of the most important things to understand is that success is not about how many followers you have, but about how strong your relationships are with the right people. Many new coaches get caught up in the vanity metrics, how many likes their posts get, how many subscribers they have, or how big their email list is. While those numbers may look impressive on the surface, they do not necessarily translate into paying clients. Coaching is an intimate business built on trust, connection, and transformation. And that means relationships are always more powerful than numbers. When you focus on building genuine relationships, You create a foundation that not only helps you attract clients, but also keeps them engaged and loyal over time. The truth is that people don't invest in coaching because of how popular you are online. They invest because they feel seen, heard, and understood. That level of trust cannot be built by chasing numbers alone. It comes from having real conversations, showing up consistently with value, and taking the time to listen to the struggles your audience is facing. If you spend your early months as a coach obsessing over follower counts, you may miss the opportunities to connect with the handful of people who are genuinely interested in working with you. Even 10 meaningful conversations can lead to more clients and referrals than 10,000 silent followers who scroll past your content without engaging. Building relationships requires you to approach your audience with authenticity. Instead of thinking about what will make you look impressive, think about how you can serve. Share your story, be transparent about your journey, and offer insights that come from your own experiences. This vulnerability creates relatability, and relatability is what builds connection. People don't want a coach who seems unreachable or perfect. They want someone who understands where they are and can guide them forward. By being real and accessible, you invite your audience into a relationship that feels genuine and safe, which is the first step toward building trust. Engagement is another crucial element of relationship building. It's not enough to post content and hope people respond. You need to actively engage with the people who interact with you. Respond to comments, answer questions, and thank people for sharing their thoughts. Go beyond surface level interactions by asking deeper questions that show you care about their journey. Join conversations in groups and communities where your ideal clients spend time, not to pitch yourself, but to provide value and build connections. When people feel that you are genuinely interested in them, they naturally become more interested in you and what you offer. One of the greatest benefits of focusing on relationships is that it creates loyalty and referrals. A client who feels deeply connected to you will not only continue working with you longer, but will also tell others about their experience. Word of mouth referrals are one of the most powerful ways to grow a coaching business, especially in the early stages when you don't have a large marketing budget. When you prioritize building strong connections with a few clients, those clients often become your biggest advocates, sharing your name and your work with people in their networks. This ripple effect can expand your reach much faster than trying to grow an audience of strangers through numbers alone. Relationships also allow you to gain deeper insight into your niche. As you build connections and have conversations, you start to notice patterns in the challenges people face and the language they use to describe their struggles. This information is invaluable for shaping your offers, refining your messaging, and creating content that resonates on a deeper level. Instead of guessing what your audience wants, you are learning directly from the people you are connected to. That clarity helps you position yourself more effectively and makes your marketing efforts much more powerful than if you were chasing broad appeal with a large but disconnected following. Another advantage is that relationships make selling feel natural instead of forced. When you have taken the time to build trust and show up consistently, the invitation to work together does not feel like a pitch. It feels like the next logical step in the relationship. Your audience already knows who you are, what you stand for, and how you can help them. Because of this, they are far more likely to say yes when you invite them into your coaching program. Instead of struggling with cold outreach or aggressive tactics, you simply guide people you already have a connection with into a deeper level of support. Ultimately, prioritizing relationships over numbers gives you stability. Social media algorithms change, platforms rise and fall, but relationships endure. If you have built genuine connections, those people will follow you, support you, and continue working with you regardless of the platform. Relationships give you a loyal foundation that no algorithm can take away. For a beginner coach, that stability is far more valuable than chasing trends or trying to impress the masses. By focusing on quality connections, you create a business that is sustainable, impactful, and built on trust. One of the smartest moves a beginner coach can make is to validate their coaching process before trying to scale it. Many new coaches feel pressured to jump straight into group programs, online courses, or memberships because they see other coaches doing it. But what they often don't realize is that those larger models only work when the foundation has already been proven through one-on-one coaching. Validation means testing your methods in real world situations with real clients and confirming that your process actually works. It gives you confidence. It provides you with powerful testimonials, and it ensures that when you do scale, you are offering something that has already created results. When you start by validating your process, you give yourself the opportunity to experiment and refine. Every client you work with teaches you something about your approach. You may discover that certain exercises or frameworks work better than others, or that clients need more time in certain areas than you expected. These insights are invaluable because they allow you to adjust your coaching style and methodology before you try to deliver it to a larger group. Without this testing phase, you risk building programs that look polished but don't actually solve the problems your clients are facing. That can damage your reputation and waste months of effort, which is why validation is a crucial step that cannot be skipped. Another benefit of validating before scaling is that it builds your credibility. When you have case studies and testimonials from real clients who have achieved real results through your coaching, it's much easier to attract future clients. People want proof that what you offer works, and the stories of those early clients provide that proof. They also give you powerful language to use in your marketing because you can speak directly to the challenges your clients faced and how you help them overcome those challenges. This makes your message more compelling and relatable, which is far more effective than vague promises or generic claims of validation. Also saves you from wasting resources. Building a group program or an online course requires time, energy, and often money for tools, platforms, and marketing. If you skip the validation step, you may pour all of those resources into something that doesn't resonate with your audience or doesn't deliver the transformation you hoped for. By working with one-on-one clients first, you get paid to refine your process. You are essentially being compensated while you do your research, test your ideas, and strengthen your coaching skills. Then, when you are ready to scale, you have a proven process that you know delivers results, making the investment of time and money much safer and more rewarding. Validation also creates clarity for you as a coach. In the beginning, it can be difficult to define your niche or articulate exactly what transformation you provide. Working with clients helps you see where your strengths lie, what types of clients you enjoy working with most, and where you create the biggest impact. These insights allow you to position yourself more effectively when you do scale. Instead of trying to serve everyone with a broad and generic offer, you can design group programs or courses that target a specific audience with a specific solution, which makes your offers more attractive and more successful. Another important aspect of validating before scaling is the confidence it gives you. Many beginner coaches struggle with imposter syndrome, worrying about whether they are good enough or whether people will pay for their services. Every successful client interaction chips away at that doubt and reinforces your belief in your ability to create change. By the time you are ready to scale, you are not only confident in your process, but also confident in yourself as a coach. That confidence shines through in your marketing, your sales conversations, and your delivery, making everything you do more effective. Finally, validation helps you build a foundation of trust with your audience. When people see that you are willing to start small, test your ideas, and grow responsibly, they respect your journey. They see you as someone who genuinely cares about delivering value rather than someone who is just trying to make a quick profit. This integrity sets you apart in an industry where too many people rush into scaling before they are ready. By proving your process with real clients, you show that you are committed to results, and that commitment is what attracts long-term clients and opportunities for growth. The coaching industry is full of excitement, but for a beginner coach, it's important to think beyond quick wins and short-term results. The best business model is not only about making money fast, but about building long-term foundations that will allow you to grow sustainably and create a lasting impact. When you focus on building a strong foundation from the very beginning, you are setting yourself up for stability, scalability, and credibility. Without this foundation, even if you experience short bursts of success, your business may struggle to last because it is built on shaky ground. Long-term thinking means designing your coaching business in a way that grows with you, adapts to your skills and experience, and supports both you and your clients for years to come. A solid foundation begins with clarity around your vision and values. As a coach, you are not just selling sessions, you are creating a brand and an experience that represents who you are and what you stand for. The more clarity you have about your mission, the easier it will be to make decisions that align with your long-term goals. For example, if your vision is to help people achieve balance and freedom in their lives, then your business model should reflect that by being simple, flexible, and supportive. Without clarity, it's easy to get distracted by trends, shiny objects, or strategies that don't actually serve your purpose. Having a clear vision ensures that every step you take contributes to the bigger picture. Part of building long-term foundations also involves creating systems. In the beginning, it's fine to do many things manually, sending messages, booking calls, managing schedules, but over time, you'll want to set up processes that make your business more efficient. Simple systems for client onboarding, communication, and follow-up will help you save time and energy as you grow. They also create a professional experience for your clients, which builds trust and credibility. Many beginner coaches think systems are only for big businesses, but even the smallest business benefits from having structure. The earlier you start thinking about systems, the smoother your growth will be later on. Another critical part of laying a foundation is continuing your own development as a coach. The stronger you are in your skills, the more valuable your services become, and the easier it is to grow your business. This means investing in your own education, whether through training, mentorship, or practice. The more you grow, the more confidently you can raise your prices, attract higher level clients, and expand into new offers. Too many beginner coaches focus only on marketing strategies and overlook the importance of mastering their craft. But the truth is, no marketing strategy can compensate for a lack of skill. Building a strong foundation means making sure your coaching is truly transformative so that your reputation and results naturally support your growth. Consistency is another piece of the foundation that can't be ignored. A long-term business is not built overnight. It's built through small, consistent actions that compound over time. Showing up regularly for your audience, delivering consistent value, and staying committed even when growth feels slow are all habits that strengthen your foundation. Consistency also builds trust with your audience. People need to see you show up repeatedly before they feel confident investing in you. By committing to steady progress rather than chasing instant success, you position yourself as a reliable professional who will be there for the long haul. Relationships also play a big role in building long-term foundations. While it's tempting to always chase new clients, some of the best opportunities come from nurturing existing relationships. A client who has had a great experience with you is more likely to work with you again. Invest in higher level programs or refer others to you. Building a business that values long-term relationships instead of quick transactions not only creates stability, but also allows you to grow more organically. This approach saves you from constantly needing to hustle for new clients and instead builds a network of people who trust and support you. Finally, focusing on sustainability ensures that your coaching business grows in a healthy way. Sustainability is not just about financial growth, but also about protecting your time, energy, and passion. If you burn yourself out by taking on too much too quickly, your business will suffer. A strong foundation means setting boundaries, creating balance, and designing a business model that supports your lifestyle instead of draining it. This sustainable approach keeps you motivated and energized, which is essential for long-term success. When you think long-term from the start, you make decisions that keep you aligned with your purpose, maintain your well-being, and ensure that your business grows steadily rather than collapsing under pressure.